It is January, I'm on Tenerife for my windsurf winter training, and today I want to start with the analysis of a race I've had a few days ago with a French guy, Benoit Becker. And as you can see, we are already lining up for the start. And I can already tell you that in this race I don't have a really good start. We will stop when the watch hits 0. So far we have a few seconds left, and you can see on the red Severn sail Benoit, and I will have a pretty intense fight with him around the whole course. So if we stop here, my watch shows 0, so usually in this moment I already want to hit the starting line with, let's say, 80-90% of the speed, or best would be 100% obviously. And you can see near the boat, or at least way more upwind than Benoit and me, there's Enrico on the near pride sail. He had a good start, and yeah, as I said, Benoit and me, we are about a second late, and you can see a second is already, let's say, 5 meters or even 10 meters, so that's for sure not good. Now we are accelerating, and Benoit, although we started at the same position, let's say, at the same height compared to the line, he was a touch faster, so now it's easy for him to roll me. You can see there are a lot of guys starting at the boat, and this is the beginning of the training, so the level is not that high yet. That's why the field is already splitting up on the first reach. Usually that doesn't happen later in the trainings. And yeah, you can see Enrico's is in the first place, and we are approaching the first mark right down there. And Benoit takes a pretty safe approach, so he is going, I will stop here, he's going pretty far out to do a jibe and exit the jibe exactly at the mark to have the best position for the second reach. But what I did, I thought there's a lot of space and I'm quite close to him, so I just went for the inside. I will stop here again. Also, luckily for me, he also dropped off the foil, so that also slowed him down. But if you go for a maneuver like that, if you go for the inside when somebody's already kind of in front of you, you really need to know your skills, okay? Because if you don't go fast enough or short enough, like tight enough around the mark, then there will be a huge crash. So don't just try this at home. Always be sure you can also pull it off and practice alone first. Now after the jibe, we can see Enrico's well leading in front, and now I'm pretty much at the same position like Benoit and Alexis, the other French guy. And Enrico just had a big crash, so he is out for this race. We're now fighting for the first place, we 3 riders. And now Benoit is pushing me a little bit from the top on this red Severn sail. I can still leave him behind me, and now we should be, yeah, there's the second mark. We should be approaching the second mark already. Here, you know, I'm leading, so this time I also try to do the same like Benoit on the first jibe. I want to take a wide, how you say, approach the mark. So I exit pretty tight to the mark, but I couldn't really pull it off. You see here, I leave at least 5-6 meters, so both of the guys are able to make a tighter jibe, and now they have a better position. So now it's just a race on the reach for pure speed. And as I said, it was the beginning of the training. I was not so comfortable in the waves yet. They don't show so much on the video, but there are quite some waves. And yeah, on that reach, I have to give it to Benoit. He was just rolling me. You will see it in a second. That's something, it's probably one of the worst feelings as a racer, if somebody is just purely faster than you. So on to the third mark, and you can see we're pretty close together. And yeah, he just cut me off right there before the first mark. And now my job was to do a tight jibe, so I could come up on top of him, and we have kind of the same battle like from last reach, but now I'm in the higher position. So let's see what happens here. He didn't have a really good jibe. That makes him lose a lot of meters, also a lot of room, just what I did to him the jibe before. So now it's just a race again on the straight line. This time I have good speeds, I can roll him. and I leave him in the dirty air. So yeah, then it's always hard to come back on the reach. As you can see, other guys are pulling behind us as well. And now we can already see the last stripe mark, and this one is always tricky. I dropped so many stripes on the last mark. That's really something I need to focus myself a bit more. So here I just look for a nice swell. I know I have quite a comfortable lead, and he also kind of did a bad stripe there. So now it's just easy cruising for me until the last finishing mark. And yeah, a race like this is mostly between 3.5 and 4 minutes, so just how it would be also in competition. And we do 15 of them at one day, and we train 4 days a week, so there are plenty of races. If you're interested in more racing footage or racing action and tips and tricks, make sure to subscribe to the channel. This would also help me a lot, and maybe hit the like button if you enjoyed. And now, as I'm crossing the last mark, which marks the finish for us, I will have a little extra bonus for you. This is from another race from me and Benoit, but just watch yourself what happens here.